Okay. So friends, what we are supposed to do here now is we are supposed to get started with, okay, I will so enable this. Fine. So now what we are supposed to do is we will start get we will get started with more of real life kind of applications, especially writing web applications or writing applications that can in which we will be implementing APIs, right? So let us set up the whole thing. Let us set up the entire environment, and then we will start talking about what APIs are and what it really means by RESTful APIs, and then how do you implement these RESTful APIs in various different platforms, right? That's what we will be doing. So let's go ahead and start doing this. So I will just bring up my IntelliJ as usual, but otherwise, even before bringing up IntelliJ, I will create the applications and then I will open the application in IntelliJ, because most of you all may be working with IntelliJ, which is not the ultimate edition, but the community edition. So in that community edition, you will not get the options of creating a Spring Boot application directly, which is absolutely fine. So you see this, I'll go to Chrome, and don't do it along with me. First, give me your full attention, undivided attention. Let me first do it on my machine. So I will take logical breaks, maybe after every, not after every, but then the moment I finish a particular point, I would want you all to do the same thing on your own machines. So so I'll take a pause and then I will give you all time to do it on your own machine, and then I continue doing the other step and so on. So see, the very first step that I'm going to do is create a Spring Boot application. And how do I create it? It's an application that needs to be initialized with the Spring Initializer. Why? Because there are quite a few fundamental components of a Spring Boot application along with the pom.xml file. And I remember distinctly, I had, when I was in Bhopal, I did discuss what pom.xml files are. Don't worry, even if you do not remember, you will be able to recollect it as we proceed further. So there are quite a few components, fundamental components of a Spring Boot application. Instead of creating it, one by one, we can just simply have a starter kind of an application. So Spring Initializer is what I have typed in. I'll just click over here, and then you see this is the user interface that I get. Okay, Spring Initializer. Actually, the URL is start.spring.io. If you want to directly give this URL, that's also fine. And then you see here, we are not going to do Gradle. We are going to do a Maven kind of a project, not a Gradle, but a Maven kind of a project. The language will remain Java language. And whatever is the default version of Spring Boot, we will pick up that version 3.4.0. The group, we will definitely change. I'm changing it to com.im. Stands for Inform Over Technologies. So whenever you create, an application in Java, which is form-based application, then in that case, you have to give the group ID and the artifact ID and the name. This group ID is usually the group of, that the group of people or the group in the company that is building this application. And then artifact ID is exactly, it's the unique ID given to the application that you are building. And name is the meaningful name. Artifact ID will be like with a hyphen or something, but name can be, I'll show you. So I'll say com.im dot, and I say training. This is the group. And then here I'll say spring hyphen training. And then you see the name also, it has automatically taken a spring training. So instead of that, I'll say spring training. This can be more descriptive. Okay. And then description is demo project for Spring Boot. I'll say learning project for Spring Boot. So see, this is what I'm doing. Now you've got to remember all the things that I'm doing. So please pay very careful attention, very carefully, you've got to pay attention so that when I take a pause and I ask you all to do the same thing on your machines, you must not fumble. Well, jar file is what we're going to select, which is the default one. If not, then you've got to select this. And the version of Java that we will work with will be 17 version. I already have 17 version installed on my machine. If you do not have Java 17 installed on your machines, then please, you do install Java 17 for Windows. Just Google on download Oracle Java 17 for Windows. I'm sorry, you will be able to get it. Okay. Having done this, there is yet another important thing that we need to do. Here, I will go to add dependencies, and here I will type web right at the top. You can see this web. And then when you say web, there are, right at the top, there is an option of Spring Web. And then after that, you've got the option of Spring Reactive Web. You don't have to select this. You've got to select this, the very first one, web, the Spring Web. That's it. For now, nothing more than that. Just a Spring Web. That's it. Now I will click on generate here, out here, generate. And then when I click on generate, you see this, I will get a zip file. And you can see this in my downloads folder. I'll get a zip file. So you will also get your downloads folder. In your downloads folder, you will get a zip file. This zip file contains the entire application. This contains the entire application. So what I'm going to do, I'll copy this zip file in idea projects in trainings. And here I'll just copy it like this. And I will double click on this so that it unzips. You will have some of the other utility on your machine to unzip it, and then you just need to unzip it. That's it. I'll delete the zip file. I don't need it anymore because I have already unzipped it. So see, these are all the default artifacts that are created, all of these packages within the package, all of these classes. Now you see the name of the package that is given as Spring Training. I should have actually changed it from here, the default package name. Well, it did not allow me to. But then, here it is, see, package name. Yes, it did. So this Spring and hyphen training, this is not a good name of the package. So what I'm going to do is I will generate the zip file again. I repeat, I'm generating the zip file again and I'm deleting this. Okay, and I'm generating it again. How will I generate this? I'll say com.im.training and I'll say Spring Boot as one word. This is the name of our package. Hello, if you want to, if you have a question, you can very well ask the question, or else please be on mute mode. So com.im.training.springboot. Then again, I'll click on generate. Everything remains same. I'll just say generate again, and I will get again a zip file. You see this downloads. You see I've got another zip one. Okay, so I'll take this zip one. I just changed the name of it, and I'll come back to my again idea projects and trainings, and then I put it over here. I double click on this, and then you see this. It gets unzipped. And here you see again, see SRC main, within that main Java, COM, IM, training, Spring Boot now is the name of the package. And in that I've got the .java class, right? So this is all of this is automatically created for us, that zip file as a result of this generate option. And after selecting all of this, this is what I get, Spring Training, right? And the zip file, I have just simply unzipped that file and I've done nothing else, absolutely nothing else, right? Now I will go to my IntelliJ and I will close my existing projects and I will open a new project here. You see this idea projects. I'll go to trainings and you see the Spring hyphen training. That's the project. I'll just simply double click on it. I will make sure that I'm in that main folder of Spring Training and I click on open. And you see this, I will get the entire project here. This is how my project really looks like. You can see this SRC, main, Java. You see this Spring Training application. Why am I not getting, I'm getting one flat module name? That is because I have already selected flattened modules. If this is not selected, then in that case, you see, sorry, flattened packages. If that is not selected, then you see this is how you're going to get. Okay, sorry. Appearance. In any case, there is only one, and that is the reason it is giving me like this. If there are multiple, classes within these packages, it would have given me the tree view. But anyways, fine. So, here you are and Spring Training, this is the class. Now, when I click here and I say run the main application, you see my Tomcat starts and my Spring Boot application starts. As simple as this. Those who have already worked on Django, you start your Django application also using Python. You say manage.py run server. Here you just simply run this main and then you see your application is started. You can see it's running and it will keep running till the time you do not click here to stop it. The application server will keep running. Once again, I go here and I say run and you see this here, it's running. Now I'm getting some extra options out here because I have got Ultimate Edition. You may not get these options, which is absolutely okay. We don't need them. We will not be using them. Okay, so here you are, see, started training application in 0.7741 seconds. Now, what I'm going to do is I want you all to do exactly the same thing on your own machines. So I'll just take the screenshot out here and I will give it to you so that you can You can look at it if at all you missed any point, but still I'm keeping this open. And now friends, come on, get started. I want you to select all of these options exactly the way I have selected. Do not forget to give exactly the same thing that I've given over here under project metadata. Click on generate, get the zip file, unzip it in your folder, and then just open that project in your IntelliJ, or if you are already comfortable, because if you ask me any questions on how to do it in Visual Studio or Eclipse or anything, I won't be able to help you out. I strongly recommend you please, at least in the training, use IntelliJ. And I'm sure, see, if you want to be on the top, you want to be considered yourself as a real techie, you will find all techies, top techies, they always use IntelliJ. They do not use Visual Code. So I recommend you all to use IntelliJ. Just open this project, see the way I have opened it, and then click here and then run. Come on, get started. Get started. And let me know once you're done. Do let me know. How will you let me know that you're done? What you do is that you see there is a chat window of this Zoom meeting. There is a chat window. The moment you finish, you're going to type. So I will get to know the one who is typing. I will get to know the name of that person. Keep to everyone only so that everyone else also knows that these are the people who have already finished doing it, and type a message. See, this is how it looks like, on my machine. I don't know. I'm sure you can see this though. I'll just go back again. चलो ये देखो इस तरह से मेरा चार्ट विंडो दिखता है. ये देखो. Can you see this? This is how my chart window looks like. ये देखो, आप देख रहे हो? This is how my chart window looks like. So the moment you put a message, I will be able to get the message. I've just taken the screenshot so that you know this is how my chart window looks like. Come on, friends. I'm waiting for you to set up the things. Come on. Get started. See this, friends, if at all, I have already started this application. So this is running on which port? It's running on port 8080. Can you see this, friends? I hope you are all there with me, friends. Please give me a few minutes. See here, port 8080. It's already started. Now, if I try to start again, it will give me an error. It will say that port 8080 has already been started. Okay, what it did is that it stopped automatically and started it again. I repeat, what it did, it stopped the service automatically and it started it again. That is the reason why it started successfully. Otherwise, if it does not stop, somehow, if it is not configured to automatically stop and then start again, then in that case, it will give you an error message. Why? Because already the service has already started on 8080. So if you get any kind of an exception, just make sure that it is disconnected from here. I mean, disconnected in the sense, it is stopped from here. And then, you can always click here again and then start. Fine. And then what is this clear button that you have in IntelliJ? You just have to say clear and then it gets cleared, So you have clear console so that if you type something, I mean, if you have your own loggers or if you have your own print statements, it will all appear here. Okay. Good. Osama also confirmed it. Very nice. Very nice. I'm happy with the speed. I'm really very happy with the speed and really very good. So, अच्छा लगा. Very nice. So how many people have already completed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mehtab also completed. Very good. Very good. Let's wait for just 2-3 minutes more, and I'm sure the others will also be able to complete by that time. How many people are there on the call? By the way, 20. So 8 more people to complete. 7 or 8 people more to complete. Okay. So those who have not yet completed, also please take a pause. Wait. Hello, friends. All those who have not yet completed, they also please wait. Take a pause. Ruk jao. Wait. Pay attention. I will explain. I will give you yet another step. Once that step is done, then those who have completed can proceed further. Those who have not completed can catch up and proceed further. Okay. So please see this. I will go to resources. In that resources, you will find a folder called static. I will click right mouse button new and I will create an HTML file out here. You will see you will find a option, or I'll just simply, say you can use control N for new. I repeat N for new. Just type HTML. See, always, try your level best to use the hotkeys, the shortcut keys, use the keyboard as much as possible and use your mouse to the least. I repeat, use your mouse least. That makes you not that makes you a fantastic programmer, but then those are the traits of a hi-fi programmer. I repeat, those are the traits, those are the attributes of a hi-fi programmer, elite class programmer. He uses keyboard to the max. So you see this, I'll type in HTML. What did I do? I just simply selected this folder with a mouse, of course, or else you can always go up and down and then control N. On my machine, it's Command N. On your machine, it is Control N. And then you just simply need to type HTML. It will search for that option. Hit the Enter key. It will ask for the name. And I'll say index and hit the Enter key. It will automatically create index.html. Can you see this? Index.html automatically. Okay. And I have that HTML file ready over here. Here, I'm going to give div. And within div, I'll say h1. I'll say welcome to Spring Boot training program. Okay, here you go. Welcome to Spring Boot training program. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart. You see my server is already running. With these icons out here, you can figure out whether it is running or not. If I click on stop, it's not running. See, it very clearly shows it's not running. I can always rerun from here. So even if it was running and if I click over here, it will automatically stop and rerun it again. See, I again click here, it has stopped automatically and it reruns. If it asks you, do you want to stop the server and rerun, you will also find a checkbox, do not ask again. So do select that and then proceed further. Okay, so here you are. Once I'm done with this, I'll just go back to my Chrome and I will, open up another tab in the browser.
excuse me, sir.
Yes?
एक बार सर्वर रन किस करना है एक बार वो बता दीजिए
नहीं, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. प्लीज कम अगेन. बराबर
सर्वर
से.
कैसे रन करना है
हाँ
सर्वर कैसे रन करना है वो बता दीजिए एक बार
हाँ, it's very simple. Okay, see this. यहाँ से you can see this here. See the option. Can you see?
जी
Just click here on stop. Move your mouse pointer. It very clearly tells you. देखो stop. है ना? Okay, and then click here again, and it will start the server. Okay, fine. So coming back over here, after just simply within the static folder, please note within the resources, see the entire structure. You've got static within static index.html, and then here I'm going to write http:// I'll say localhost. I'll say 8080. Hit the enter key, and here you are with that file, with that entire page. Automatically, just say localhost 8080 and you've got the page. I will do one more thing out here. I'll say div and I'll say style is equal to, I'll say font family is, I'll say Helvetica. Okay. And then I'll also give sans serif out here for a fallback. Sans serif. Okay. And then I will give, okay, why just over here? I'll give the style at the body level. Sorry. I will give the style at the body level. Okay. And then so here you see, okay, if I just say refresh, it won't work. I will have to restart the server. Yes, I will have to restart the server for any changes to come in effect. Now, when I do see a better font. And then what I'm going to do here is that in this div, I'll say style is equal to, I'll say margin colon, and I'll say 100 pixel. And I'll put a semicolon here. Again, I will restart my server. I go back here and I say refresh. You see this? I'm getting it enough. So it's not really sticking up to the borders of the page. In fact, I've got better margins here. This is called white space. I've left some white space over here. White space is a very general term. White space does not mean the color is white. I repeat, it does not mean really the color is white. It means that you have left some space over here, which looks beautiful, which looks good. Otherwise, if it gets, if it is sticking up to the borders out here, that is horrible. It looks really very bad. You will find later on, not now. You can do some research work on what is white space in UI design, and you will get to learn what is white spacing in UI design. Okay, that's very important stuff. Okay, okay. So this is what I want you all to do, and I do not want you all to spend a lot of time doing some any, this style, font, very simple stuff. But still, I am going to copy this entire thing, this entire HTML, and I will give it to you so that you don't spend time and you don't struggle because see, I've copied and pasted over. You can take it. I don't want you because our topic of discussion is not writing HTML. Our topic of discussion is Spring Boot, and hence I'm giving you this code. So come on, man, get started. I want you to complete this step. You must also be able to get localhost 8080. Welcome to Spring Boot training program. Come on, get started. Okay. So you see this, we have successfully created one simple index.html file. We have given some, formatting out here so that it looks beautiful. And here you are, welcome to Spring Boot training program. So that appears, right? So that's what it is. Now, what we're going to do here is that we will proceed further. Our objective is to, get started with very fundamental things. Uh, you can write end-to-end a web application here using Spring Boot. When I say web application, you can write, HTML, and in fact, you can put that HTML in templates, and you can use Java objects. You can embed Java objects in the HTML. So let's see how you can do that here in Spring Boot. And then we will learn how you can do exactly the same thing in Python. As far as Python is concerned, I will learn along with you. Okay. We have already, in fact, a couple of members from your team, they have already worked on the similar thing. So we will just go through that. We will just go through that. And then we will do exactly the same thing in Node as well. We will do that in Node as well. So let's get started. When I say Node, Next.js based, Node application. So let's get started. What I'm going to do here is see, and then I will give you the complete picture, with some diagram that will give you the architecture of this. So what I'm going to do here is that I'll just keep index.html as it is. But here under templates, I'll create a new HTML file under templates, and I will give the name of the HTML file as customers. Okay, so I have customers.html. Here also, I will do exactly the same thing that I did here. I will just pick this up. I'll copy paste it over here, right? And of course, I will not give welcome to the training program. I'll say customers. Okay, I'll just give customers. That's it. Okay. But where is this? This is under templates, within templates customer.html. What do you mean by templates here? You can very well have some Java objects put here. That means you can use Java objects in HTML. Okay, and I will explain the architecture. So if you are under the impression, just to make a point here, that Java objects will go to the browser or something, no. This entire HTML file, the one that is there in the templates folder, will be parsed. I repeat, it will be parsed. I'll just repeat that. I'll say PARSD, parse. So this file will be parsed to server side, and all the Java related objects or data will be replaced, and then the final, you can always bring this on the next line, and then the final HTML will be rendered to the browser. That's what. So very simple. So very simple. So let's first do this, and let's first get this customers coming up out here. So now how do I render customers? It's in the templates folder. How do I do that? I will create a new package within this package. I will repeat this 2 more times, because if you miss this, things will not work. I repeat, things will not work. So please listen to this very carefully. You will create a package within this package. How will you do that? You'll use Control N or Command N right here on that package. or else click right mouse button new and say package, whatever is more convenient to you. So suppose you click right mouse button new and you say package. I will give the name of the package. Do not remove this. As I said, the new package must be within this package. So I will give the name of the package as controllers. See the name that I have given, controllers. It's a different package, but within Spring Boot. See, this also controllers is com that I am the trainer Spring Boot controllers. If I click here and if I see here, appearance, and if I say do not flatten packages, then see it will appear like this. Within Spring Boot, I've got controllers. Within controllers, I will create a new Java class. I will give the name of the Java class as, I'll say customer controller. Customer controller. That's it. So you see this, I have this package under which I directly have a class, and within the same package, I have a new package within that package called controllers. I'm sure this tree view is so very simple to understand. Well, I like to always keep flattened packages as on so that it looks like this, it looks like this. I'm more comfortable with this style of view, this view style. So I'll go back to my controller, customer controller, and I'll say at the rate, I'll say controller. I will add this here like this. In TypeScript world, you will call it a decorator. In case of Python, you will call it a decorator. Here in Java, you call this as annotations. This is annotation. So I have used one annotation called @controller, which will tell my Spring framework. Spring is a framework. I'll give you the entire architecture, don't worry. We are still writing Java code, but we are writing Java code that will be executed or that will be the part of a Spring Boot application. Now, what the Spring Boot is, don't worry. We have just got started. Let's get our hands dirty with Spring Boot, with Django, with Node and stuff and all. And then when I put a bigger picture, I mean, when I give you a bird's eye view, then in the form of a diagram, it will be easier for you to understand. Okay. So for now, I am creating a controller, right? And this controller is the controller that will help me to render HTMLs. And I will have to create patterns out here. I will have to say @get mapping. What do you mean by get mapping? I am mapping a URL. I repeat, get mapping means nothing but mapping a path, a URL path. Can you see this? I'll say path is equal to, I'll say /customers. This is the path that I'm defining. And this path can be reached with the help of a GET request. Following are the types of requests that you have, HTTP requests that you make. One is the GET request in order to get the data from the server. Another is to post when you are sending the data to the server. Third is put wherein you update something on the server. Then delete when you delete something from the server. Now, all of these are pretty meaningful when you build REST APIs, but GET is meaningful in case of REST as well as HTML rendering. So whenever you click on a hyperlink on any particular website, the moment you click on a hyperlink, and if it is taking you to a different page on a normal website, that is a GET request always. That's always a GET request. So I'll say @get mapping customers, and then I will define a method out here, a normal Java method. I'll say public. I will say string. And I'll say handle get customers, get customer view. I'll say get customer view. Okay. So this is customers is the mapping. That's the path. But what is the name of this method? Handle get customer view. See the way I am naming the methods, friends. See how I am naming the methods here. It must be very meaningful. Method's name must be very meaningful. It shouldn't be yabadabadu or abracadabra. No, it must be very meaningful. I'm handling the get mapping, which will render the view of the customer. Handle get customer view. Okay. What am I going to return back? I'll say return. Here the value will be as same as the primary name of this file. I repeat, here the value will be as same as the primary name of this file. Within the templates, what is the primary name of the file? Customers. So I'll just simply say customers. Now it is the responsibility of Spring Boot to automatically search for a file called customers.html in the templates folder. It will automatically do that. But still, this will not work. Okay. Let's see, why it will not work. let's proceed further and let it not work. Let's see how. So I'll go to index.html back again. And here I will give one HR, a horizontal rule. And then you see this, what I'm going to do is, okay, here I'll say button. I will create a button, a normal button. No, not by a button. I'll say ahref is equal to, I'll say slash customers. Why slash customers? Because you see this, get customers controller. I'll just type it out and I'll say customers. What does this mean? When I click on this hyperlink, it will take me to slash customers. What is slash customers? I have already defined in this Java file that slash customers is the mapping. It must be mapped to this view. What am I returning back from here? The view. I just have to return the primary name of the view. It will automatically suffix .html and return that .html back to the framework. Framework understands that it is supposed to render customer.html. Plain, simple logic. Okay, let's obviously do not forget to rerun this application. Okay. Well, I have executed, I've rerun the application. I'll go back to my Chrome and I say refresh and I get customers. But now when I click on customers here, I get an error. I did mention that we will get an error. Why is that an error? Why? Because whatever we are doing here at the rate controller and this return customers from here, Spring Boot by default, what we have configured in our Spring Boot or the library that we are using of Spring Boot is a very plain, simple library. But if I want to support the rendering of templates, note my words, please note my words. I'm saying if at all I have to support in my Spring Boot rendering of templates, HTML templates, then I have to include yet another library out here, my dear friends. And that library happens to be, see, so I have dependencies. There are two dependencies already in place. I will have yet another dependency added here. I'll say dependency. I'll just open bracket and I'll say D. I'll get this in the drop down. I'm sure this feature is available in your community edition as well. Just hit the enter key, it will automatically take in everything. देखो मैं फिर से demonstrate करता हूँ. Let's see this. I just open the lesser than bracket and I get dependency in the list. I hit the enter key, it will automatically type in everything. Please do not hand type everything, otherwise you may miss, even if there is a small spelling mistake, it will give you errors. Now I'm supposed to give the the library over here. So the library that I want to give is Time Leaf library, Time Leaf, but a Spring Boot Time Leaf. So I'm searching for it. Spring Boot starter. Okay. Spring hyphen boot hyphen starter. See, यहाँ पर है already. मैं यहाँ से देख रहा हूँ. Hyphen time leaf. ये रहा, मिल गया. This is the library that I want. The moment you hit the enter key over there, I did not type out the whole thing. You know, the moment I got it in the list, I hit the enter key. It automatically picks up what? The group ID. And I hit the enter key, group ID भी आ गया. After doing this, do go to Maven, click over here and say select all Maven projects. When you do this, you will not get any error here. In case you are getting an error, you will get an error because maybe on your machine this library, and on my machine this library was already there. That is the reason it did not give me any error. But then otherwise you go to click here and then say sync all Maven projects or reload Maven projects. That's also okay. And then just click here. Dependencies, you must be able to see time leaf out here. Come on, friends, get started. Get started. Get started. No, wait. Let me complete my own cycle, right? So I will just restart my application now. Wait, let me start my application. And now when I go back to Chrome, I go back here, I'll just say refresh once. I click on customers and it takes me to the customers HTML file. See, /customers will render the content of customer.html. How come? What is the flow? Flow is very simple. The flow is extremely simple. My index.html gets rendered. There I have got a href. The pattern is /customers, the path. Sorry, instead of calling it a pattern, I'll call it a path. /customers is the path. It will search, Spring Boot will search for this /customers as one of the get mappings that is already configured. Will it find one? Yes. I go to customer controller. You see, it will find that get mapping slash customers here. And then it will execute this method. Why? Because it will find slash customers here and it will execute, it will map it to the slash customers and it will execute exactly this method. When it executes this method, it sees that what I am returning back from here is customers. It will search for a HTML file in template starting with the name customers. It will render it. As simple as this. Now, suppose I give the mapping as something, something wrong, some vague kind of a mapping I do over here. Now, in that case, see here, okay, I'll have to restart in order to, get that error. I'll get an error. Why? Because this is the mapping now. Whereas here, I'm saying when I click on customers, it will take me to customers. It will again give me 404, not found. Why? Because that mapping is not there. I must give the mapping here as customers. Why? Because that's what I intended the mapping to be. Now, suppose from here I return back something else. Here suppose the spelling is wrong of customers. Okay, I'm deliberately. Okay, instead of customers, I'll say 11111. Suppose deliberately I'm doing that. Now there is no such template called customers1111.html. No such template. Of course, now also it will give me an error. So say refresh kiya, click on customers again. It says nahi hai. There is no such template 500 aa gaya. So what I'm going to do here is that I'll just come back and I'll make sure that this is exactly as same as the primary name here. And do not invent your own names while learning with me, friends. When I'm doing the training, if I have given the name of something as Yabadabadu, then you also are supposed to give Yabadabadu. When I give the name of something as Abracadabra, you will also give the name as Abracadabra. Right? So please do not invent your own names at all. Do that while you are doing R&D, but not at the time of training. Okay, so here you are now, everything is perfect. I have restarted. And then when I just say refresh, here you are, I've got customers. What is this customers? What is this? This is that H1 that I've given customers here. So very simple, friends. Right. And then for this entire thing to work, so here you are, in pom.xml file, I have included this dependency. After including this dependency, make sure that you say sync all Maven projects, and then you get this, Spring training. You must be able to see this. If you are not seeing this, that means this is not configured properly. I repeat, if you are not seeing this, that means you have not configured this properly at all. Okay, friends. So now what I'm going to do is I will tell you what the steps are supposed to be. Stickies. Now see this here. So this is what you are supposed to do. Okay, see here. First is create customers.html in templates folder. Okay, then create a new package called controllers within the main package. Main package कौन सा है आपको पता है? Spring Boot वाला. Okay, this within is important, huh? नहीं तो नहीं चलेगा. Okay. Right, and then the next step is implement handle get customers view method. Okay, and then after that you are supposed to yes, you're going to implement that class, of course, and then after that, yes, you're going to go to pom.xml file and add the dependency for time leaf. Okay, come on, friends, you've got to do this. Now, I will, for some time, I will keep this. So first, I want you to do this. Do this first. आप ये पहले कर लो तो एक काम करता है. Wait, do this as the first step. Do this as the first step. Okay, and then after that, once you are done with this, so I'll do one thing now. I'll do एक काम करता है. I will put this on GitHub so that you can get the source code from there and No. You will tend to, copy paste and you will lose focus. So let me keep this open, no problem. पहले ये step कर लो. This dependency, you're going to add this dependency here. See, this is the dependency you're supposed to add. Okay, once you've added this dependency, just make sure that you refresh this and you get this, and then move on to the next customer.html. And then finally, when you are over here on this step, I will show you this class so that you know what it is, what you are supposed to write. It's a very simple class. Okay, come on, get started. First, on the XML file, here you are with stickies. These are the steps that you're supposed to perform. Get started. Come on.